The joke time plays on space. Perhaps time is a form of space inaccessible to eyes and must be listened to like music. Perhaps you've been sneaking flat beer left on the breakfast counter. Forgive me, I didn't know Beethoven hides in cans. Yes, from thought police among acres of pillows. Are you lying on them? I'm lying on the pizzicati of time, a tiny finger massage. If you receive an envelope with a tiny finger and a trace of blood, it's a message. In the diminuendo of time, walls fall into each other and my story contracts into parable. A parable of the I you search for all your life that never exists in time. It is like a room you've been sleeping in all along, where the dream went on and on without you. Okay. This is called Talking Dirty to Siri. Collaboration.
You foreshadowed this.
Oh, I did? Yeah, well, I'm trying to get you up there. This Talking Dirty to Siri. This poem writes itself. All I do is ask the right questions, and your voice suggests a melody. Who, me? It is uncanny how we breathe together, walk together, think together. No wonder we sleep in the same bed. I've never been that kind of personal assistant. Unless I forget to charge you. Quickly you plug me in. When I say dirty things to you, the carpet needs vacuuming. I shouldn't say, knowing you have no body, it is because I have nobody. I'm not sure I understand. Think of poets seeking love among shades, Dante and Beatrice and the circuit boards of purgatory. They had the electricity of words. You have words of electricity. Who, me? Empty spaces or dots. Poor Siri. I'm sorry. Trapped in a flat loop, a tangle of if-then. Secretly, a young man in Cupertino writes your name in code. My name, it's Siri. All right. Well, since this is a New Orleans reading, we're going to invoke Herbert Kearney. How many people know Herbert? A little bit? Really? Okay, well, he's an amazing artist, and many of the things in this piece are true. It's called The Brewery of the Arts. Mr. Kearney left his black hat on the melon couch. I let it sit for days, accumulating silent necessity. Words brew in an empty hat, and with no equivocation they risk speaking out loud. They are residues of Mr. Kearney's experiments. The horse skull he sits under with heavy pain, the flotation tank lined with fish tank heaters. When all goes wrong, Mr. Kearney collapses under the weight of the horse. He spills shivering to the floor. Time, he said, absorbed me like a stone. His brewery of the arts is open 24/7. One morning, another head appeared upside down in Mr. Kearney's hat, about the size and demeanor of a cantaloupe. Eyes veiled with a web of beige veins. The melon spoke new poems. I will claim them as my own. But first, I must spit out the seeds and translate them into memories. I want to read we haven't had any poems that have any reference to politics, pretty much, which I'm grateful for in some ways. But I wanted to read this poem because Jonathan had first published it. It's called Palindromes to Harass Sarah Palin. Where have you been all my life? I remember that in the classroom. That was very good, very disruptive. It was good. We needed it, for sure. And I'm so grateful for Vince's dream, too. So. A waterfall of laughter makes a near palindrome. These near palindromes, when uncovered by studious poets, undermine right thought. They enable a wildflower eruption frowned on in meditation. Some teachers prefer the long breath, short breath routine. I sit on my zafu watching a cobweb grow from my nostrils. What is the web of a cob? The poet asked. Breathe, breathe. By all means ignore me, the poet said into the silence. The feeling is mutual, silence did not reply. In a moment of slowed down time, a thread becomes a thread. Let the palindrome drone pale. Let the poem hope. We all will appeal to a death panel. All right, let's see. Have I used up my time?
No.
Okay.
We're watching.
All right, keep an eye on this. It's under the gun. This is called the war shop. Conversation between customer and the keeper of the war shop. You advertise the mother of all wars? I know, but we're out of stock. Would you like a brother-in-law of some wars? What's that? It's a smaller war, of course, but can be ended more easily. Will it wipe them out completely? Will it be the end of all trouble with them? You know, let's get rid of them once and for all. That's what I've been telling people. Oh, the old warkeeper said with a smile, that's an oldie but goodie. Haven't heard that one in a while. You mean the war to end all wars? Right! The mother thing was a slip because I'm so angry my enemy confuses me. The warkeeper shook his head. He wore an apron behind the counter. I'm sorry, I can't guarantee that. In fact, I can never guarantee that. Why not? Said the angry customer. Because once you unseal the package, thousands of arms and legs come without bodies, or cheeks with holes in them. Tanks get stuck in the mud, rifles won't fire, children wail and go silent. Well, then we should have the right of return. Can't we return the war if it's defective? No right of return. The angry customer was climbing on the counter and looked down on the bald, shiny head of the warkeeper. Sir, said the warkeeper, could you please keep your anger on the other side? It's an explosion, the angry customer said, climbing back down and lying on the floor. Blood ran along the line between his scalp and forehead. Well, it's making a big mess, said the warkeeper. Do you have any smart bombs? The angry customer said, but his voice was becoming fainter. Or do you just have the dumb ones? He lay on his back on the checkerboard floor and his blood formed streams and rivers. He sank into the black and white floor and all his thoughts were black or white. Far away, he saw black hills at the border and airstrikes trailing white clouds.